Hi, welcome to everyone here in this talk with people who has very much experience in all the experience in leading companies with artificial intelligence, with all the data environment, and we are so happy because today we will talk with one of the leaders, the most interesting leaders that she's managing many projects, and now he's involving in interesting academy and data service business. And okay, let's go. Here, I want to introduce Fabiola, because Fabiola Pérez, it's going to be with us in this time. Okay, hi Fabiola, how are you?
Fine, how are you?
Yeah, very good. I'm so happy that you be here today to talk with us. And Talan is so happy too that MIOTI becomes a partnership of the Hackathon Global event. Thank you very much. And you are in a very good place. Which place is that?
So this is the brand new, well, first of all, thanks for having me. I'm thrilled to be with all of you guys and talking a little bit more about AI and data science. And here we are in the brand new campus for MIOTI Tech and Business School. We just moved in 1 week ago. And
1 week
the new
ago.
classes are going to be here in the city center in Madrid, and where we have a new location, a new campus that is adding to the one that we have in the installation of the Cube ecosystem. And here we are going to be teaching IoT, new technologies, exponential technologies, and obviously data science, and data analysis.
Yeah, so nice the place. And for the people who don't know Fabiola has 20 years of experience in software development, in the application of very emerging technologies. Fabiola has a very improved processes in large corporation, and she's has very experience restructuring global divisions in leading sales organizations, forming strategic partnerships, and now is the CEO of MIOTI Academy and the MIOTI, the part of data consulting, and yeah, she's a very interesting profile that we are so glad to have here. And how it's going, the MIOTI adventure?
It's going so well because there are plenty of opportunities in the data career. So we are putting these opportunities close to our students and to the companies that are working they are working with us. Just not only talking about learning, but also talking about consultancy and developing models and AI tools for the companies and the partners that approach the school.
Yeah, in fact, I don't know, but I don't know if you know it, but a few months ago, I make a master in artificial intelligence in MIOTI with ChatGPT and business,
Yeah.
how to apply in business ChatGPT, and I love the last place that you are, and in this one is I'm so glad that it will be so nice place, and yeah, a very good experience for 2 weeks doing it, and so happy to do it.
Did you
Congratulations about.
learn? Did you
Yeah,
learn?
yeah, yeah, very
Yeah,
much. And
that's
now,
the main goal.
yeah,
That's
and
the
now
main goal.
now in Thailand, I'm helping people with artificial how to apply ChatGPT in the different teams, and yeah, I learned so much, and it was so useful.
So we are a school focused on new technologies, so we need to be at the new trends, and we need to be on top of all the new tools and all the new opportunities that AI is bringing to the companies and to our students. So we are creating these short programs, like 2 weeks programs, in order to deep dive in a technology or deep dive in a specific tool. In this case was ChatGPT, generative AI, the concept, the general concept, and also the use of the tool, ChatGPT, even though you have BART and several others generative AI tools in the market. And the students learns a lot because we are learning by doing methodology at school. So you were practicing a lot, I guess. You were coding a lot in this course.
Yeah, the 4 days we was coding with very good teachers, and I learned very much about the part of how to apply ChatGPT to the part of the business. And it's for that this event, the Hackathon Global Hackathon. What we want in that event, and it's for that we are so interested to talk with you and see your point of view or different questions and different topics, is that we want that how we can apply or how we can use artificial intelligence to have a better world, to have a social impact, a positive change, maybe with the problems that the human being it's not a good solution yet find it, but how we can use artificial intelligence for sustainability, for social impact. And it's for that the teams now are competing in solutions. And we have a question for you because we are interested in your point of view. I put here in the screen. The first one is that what's your personal view of the importance in ethics in artificial intelligence?
So the thing about ethics and artificial intelligence, we have been talking about this for the last probably 10 to 15 years, depending on how the algorithms has been evolving during this period of time. And we have seen a lot of bias due to the data set that we were using. It wasn't about the algorithm, it was about the data set that we were using in order to train the algorithms. So basically, it's a data issue, it's a data set problem that we need to address. The good thing about this is that we have the year has passed and we have a lot of more data. Internet is providing us a whole set of data, new data that we are using to train these, for example, generative AI tools. So the bias is going to be corrected. Even though when we are talking about specific models used for medicine or used for law, etc., we are training them with a specific set of data, and this set of data could create some bias in how the models are giving us a solution or giving us the answer. So we need to be very careful on how we train this information, not only the coding of the algorithm, but also the data set. It's even more important, the part of the data set. So it depends on the people that is training, and it depends on the people that is collecting all this data and the source of information that we use. Because, for example, if we are talking about generative AI and we are trained this with all the information that we have in the internet, all the fake news that we see that the government has been creating, we have been looking at very, very strong political problems due to this. This information is coming to this algorithm, so we need to take this into advance. It's true that they're having this whole bunch of data, this humongous amount of data, is making this bias less possible. So we are confident that as the data is growing and this algorithm and the capacity of computing of the machines is going to increase, we are going to be able to take out this bias just by the technology itself, even though we need to be very careful on how we train the data.
Yeah, thank you very much for that answer. I think, I don't know your point of view, but now it's like AI becomes in some way public, AI becomes with ChatGPT, with many tools in AI like Midjourney, etc., that the DALI 2, etc., that people can access to how the power of AI can be used. And now the data, it's useful for the whole public that they can use it. I don't know if you think that in future it will be like data battle or data competition with different companies is like at the beginning we have a competition about who is the explorer that will conquers internet, Google Chrome or Explorer or Mozilla. It was the first year's battle. I don't know if you think that now the companies in the background are competing to have the base data, because in the future the users will use this artificial intelligence more than the other ones because of that data that they have.
So the good thing about this is that we have seen already examples in the market, like for example, when the clouds had arrived to our markets and how this was, the public clouds were adopted by the companies and the people, the individuals themselves, and how they do this. And obviously, the example that you say about the explorers and the web explorers engines that we are using. So we are thinking that we are going to see the same evolution when we are talking about these new AI tools. So we will see these big numbers of penetration in the individuals, using them for almost everything, mostly the more generic task that save us time in our daily lives. But the companies is the important thing. When the companies adopted this kind of technology, probably they are going to go with the two models that we see right now with cloud, having these public clouds, having their own private space in these public clouds. So it's going to be the same, having their own AI trained, generative AI trained in a public cloud with the public information, but also with the private information, and having only the results in their own environment, like closed environment for them. And we will see this kind of model of this, because the adoption is unstoppable. I mean, when this is it's given to the public, to the massive public, and they are adopting at the numbers and at the rates that we have seen during the last year, this is something that the companies cannot stop. Even probably the employees that the companies has, they are using at their home, and they are moving the results back to their companies because they cannot use it in the companies. We have seen a lot of companies closing these services, and we think from the school perspective that this is an error, because this is slowing down the adoption that is going to happen no matter what.
Yeah,
so this is more or less that the approach that we are going to see in this kind of generative AI, creating these private services, generative AI private services with public data and using it privately inside of the companies.
Yeah, it's the eternal question. Oh, what do you do when the change comes? In all the history, we have examples, and now we have a disruptive technologies, like when the computers are not in the companies and they arrive. It's like you have a TV with a keyboard. What is this? And no, we can adapt it or we cannot adapt it. I think we are on the same point. But I'm so interested in the part of the ethics. I have another question for you, because we have an ethical challenge in the future, and I don't know if you have a point of view of what are the most important ethical challenges facing advances in artificial intelligence, but today.
So I think that the most important ethical challenge that we are facing with AI right now, the first one is, as I was telling you, the data set that we use to train the models. We need to be sure that these data sets are unbiased, and that is very, very difficult, because it's the way that we create these data sets, it created bias, because the data that we have probably is with, for example, if we are talking about sustainability, or we are talking about hunger or poverty, probably we will have data only from the first world, that is the heavily user of this information and of internet, and we don't have the information from the other countries that we are not collecting so much data. And those are the countries that probably that are facing these problems of poverty or hungry and so on. The same talking about sustainability, no? When we are talking about data about contamination in rivers or whatever, probably we have the data from the most developed countries, but not the undeveloped countries that, by the way, are the ones that are contaminating more because we have moved all the manufacturing over there, and so it's a very, very challenging problem when we are talking about addressing big problems and worldwide problems, talking about this data set being truly unbiased. That's a problem that we need to face regarding the technology. And regarding how we train the models. The other issue, it's about regulation. It's about how we are going to do a good use or bad use of this AI, and what is called a bad use or good use of this AI, because this is talking about laws and talking about regulation and talking about a decision that each one of the countries or the association of countries like European Union and so, they are going to they need to face they need to address in order to give us kind of guidelines in order how to use it and where are the limits. It's like when we were talking about genetic mutation and how we can do its things in biotechnology, where is the line? This is something that governments need to address, and us as a society need to decide where is the limit to use it or where. But the reality is this is unstoppable in terms of how we use it in our daily lives. When we are addressing big problems, we need to take into account all this regulation and so on. But for the daily use, we are going to see a lot of co-pilot projects and having this complementary AI helping us in order to take better decisions in our daily work. That this decision are not very complex indeed, or not very. We are not facing like a very big issues, like for example, talking about medicine. No, when we are talking about medicine, we need to be very careful.
Yeah. And how it's in MIOTI, you are working out with the students, and how there's another question that how concrete in MIOTI you implemented to ensure the artificial intelligence training they offer to the students and promotes ethics and responsibility, because they are the new generations, the new developers. How do you work on that?
Wow, we address it right away, and including this kind of subject into the syllabus that we are training here in MIOTI. For example, in all our data masters, we are talking about data governance, data quality. We are talking about data ethics. We have professional professors that are working on these areas in this kind of departments, legal departments, and also in big corporations, big tech corporations like Google, Amazon, or Apple. And we are having these users here, these professors here, talking about this to the student and creating the discussion in between.
Oh, so nice, so interesting. Yeah, for me, I have a final question for you. That how do you see, maybe 5-10 years? I don't know. You can choose the years. How do you see the future with the, how to use the artificial intelligence in our society? How do you see our day by day or our change of mindset in the future, in 5-10 years, 10 years later of today?
So I think that and this is a belief that we have in the school, and that's why we are training our students in this, and all the master class that we are doing with MIT and inside with our professors. They are focused on how we are going to use it and how we are able to profit, not only as a company or employee, but also as an individual from using this AI in our daily life. So what we are thinking about this is that this is, as I told you, unstoppable. We are going to see a lot of co-piloting in the coming years. We are going to see that the works are going to change, and are going to change in terms of how we can use the AI in order to do our works. So we are going to have like a middle word that is going to be the AI to improve what we were doing before just by ourselves. So I was in charge of maybe doing kind of an analysis, data analysis of the trend of sustainable countries, the most sustainable or less sustainable countries. And at the very beginning, I was doing all the research, I was doing all the creation. Right now, what is going to happen, and it's not going to be very far from now. It's going to be probably in the up to 3, 4, 5 years. So we are going to see the people looking at AI in order to do their research, helping them to do their research, helping them to create the material, helping them to go in one step forward that probably before they were not able to do it, because the common ground is going to be done by the AI, and we are going to do the next part, and we are going to help the AI to do the next part. In fact, for example, we have in I think 2 weeks, maybe 27 of September, we have an specific master class here in MIOTI, an online master class, talking about ethics and AI and how the workforce is going to change with this AI. Because this is a problem, not a problem, but a challenge that we need to face, because the work is going to change. The coders, they are not going to code. The AI is going to code for them, but they need to give the instruction in order to the code to do what we need to do, and the results and the tools that we are creating.
Yeah. So glad of that answer too. And for our part, thank you very much, Fabiola and MIOTI, to be here in that event, that Global Hackathon event. Thank you very much for that talk, because it's so interesting. I invite all the people that are seeing the video to inform about MIOTI. I make their training, and it was so nice. And okay, let's see you around the hackathon. And thank you very much, Fabiola.
Thank you so much for having me, and we hope to see you in MIOTI in our online masterclass. Those are free for you, so please join us and know more about AI and all these opportunities and challenges that we are facing right now. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Fabiola.
Bye.